Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. Today we're gonna be tackling meal prepping baby purees. I wanna be able to give my son foods that I make myself at home, but I am a busy mom. I have a lot going on. I have two other older girls, I have two dogs, I have a husband, I have a household to run. Like, I don't have time to make his food fresh every single day. So what I thought of doing was making purees and freezing them in these little silicone ice cube trays. So that way, whenever it's time for him to eat, I can pop one of them out, thaw them in the bottle warmer, and give him fresh food that I make at home. I already did sweet potato. I think that was in the vlog where we were celebrating his half birthday. That was the very first food that he tried. He already had sweet potato. I did give him some pumpkin, but that was from Beech Nut. He wasn't a fan. I think it was kind of maybe like too watery. I don't know. I tasted it and it tasted like, well, I mean, it's baby food, but it tasted like watery pumpkin. So I can see why he was kind of like, don't like it too much. Didn't hate it, but didn't love it. But in this video, I want to make a few different types, get it all done in meal prep so it is easier when it is time to feed him. I have broccoli in the fridge. I just need to boil that or steam that. I also have a butternut squash, but I think I'm gonna roast this in the oven with a little bit of olive oil. The rest of the stuff I think I'm gonna boil. I have a purple Japanese sweet potato, and this is another type of sweet potato. What is this called? I don't know. It's a Japanese sweet potato. Us Latinos call it batata. So I love this one, but I also love this one. And I think he's a sweet potato kind of boy. So I have those two for him. I have some pumpkin, or not pumpkin, squash. This is kabocha. I think it's a squash, kabocha squash, but this is very creamy and delicious. I love it. So I'm gonna cut it in half, give my mom half of it, and then use the other half to make some puree and boil a little bit for myself so I can eat it later on. So I think that's everything for his baby purees. I'm gonna start by chopping everything up, washing everything, getting it on the stove. So let me get all of this stuff ready to go and I will come back in a minute. Here is the aftermath. Time to clean all of this up while all of the veggies either boil, or I have the butternut squash in the oven. So let's clean up. Also, I had to pick up my hair because I get so incredibly hot, so I just brushed it back because I can't deal with that while I'm cooking. But oh, I don't have my mic. Hopefully you guys can still hear me, but I ended up throwing away that kabocha squash because there was some mold in it, and I don't want to mess with that. I mean, I was cutting off and there were still bits of mold, so I threw the whole thing out, and that's fine. We'll just pick up another one at some point later on, but I think we have a good start. And I do have some avocados, but I'm waiting for those to get ripe, so that way I can just mash it up and give it to him that way. So yeah, let me finish cleaning up and then we can get to pureeing, packing everything up, putting them in the freezer, and calling it good for this project. So here's our lineup. I have broccoli, purple sweet potato, Japanese sweet potato, carrots, and the butternut squash is still in the oven. I'm going to puree these with a little bit of formula that I'm gonna prep in a second, and then put them back inside of these bowls so that it's easier for me to fill up those silicone ice cube trays. So I feel like this should be a pretty quick and easy process. Let me get started with broccoli. That's what she's looking like so far. I'm gonna add some formula, thin it out, and then there is a sauce and dip mode on this that I'm gonna put it on to make it really, really, really creamy. Let's do that much. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more formula and thin it out just a little bit more. That's the consistency that I'm looking for, which is very similar to like the broccoli, super smooth. So I have the butternut squash here. I'm gonna let it cool a little bit so that I can peel the skin off and then do the same thing. I should have waited because this has a self-cleaning option. I should have waited. It's okay. I'll rinse it out and then do the butternut squash. I have a lot going on, guys. I have dinner going for my husband. I am making him a shrimp ceviche, him and my mom actually, with white rice and sweet potato on the side. Back to the focus of this video. Here are the purees. I have the purple sweet potato. I have broccoli, carrot, and the Japanese sweet potato, which we call batata. So I will come back in a second showing you guys how I put it in the ice cube trays, label it and everything. Also, what I've been doing is I will add some of the purees into his formula bottles. I'll make him his bottle and add some puree in there. If you hear my husband and my mom, they're back there playing with the baby. So I'm sorry, but I add in some formula into, purees into the formula. And he seems to really, really like that. And I do it typically at nighttime, just so that he gets a really nice, good feeding and then knocks out. So yeah, let me get all of the ice cube trays washed up and then I will come back and freeze everything, label it, and all of that good stuff. All right, guys, so it is the next day. I have all of the little ice cube trays here, and I'm gonna pop one of these out, put them into a little container to thaw it out. Since I want him to try a new flavor today, I think we're gonna try the purple sweet potato and see how he likes it. But this is what they look like. And they last 2 to 3 months, I believe it is, in your freezer. I think a little bit longer if it's a deep freezer. Whoa, that one came out super fast. So you just pop it from the bottom. These are like the silicone ones. I will link them down below. I got these on Amazon and I think there were 4 for $9.99, but it makes it super convenient because they're kind of flexible. So all you have to do is kind of pop it in or pop it up. There we go. And it'll pop out a little cube. So I'm gonna grab a cube or 2 of the purple sweet potato, put it in one of the little jars that he has from We Sprout, I believe. They're glass jars. I got those from Amazon as well, so I will link those down below. And hopefully he likes them. He's been kind of iffy with the purees, if I'm being quite honest. He likes the flavor of them because when I put them in his bottles, he will chug the bottle down. But I think the texture is still very new to him and he's not a fan of it. But we did try a Serenity pouch that has the grass-fed beef, spinach, and kale, and he really enjoyed that one. So I don't know if it's the form of eating, feeding him like on a spoon versus in the little pouch. I'm not sure, but we're gonna give these a try. I feel like at some point he'll be into purees and then moving on to finger foods and things like that. So yeah, this is everything. These are all of the things that I prepped for my baby. Again, I have purple sweet potato, butternut squash, Japanese sweet potato, broccoli, another broccoli, sweet potato, and carrot. So quite a few things for him to try out. Hopefully we find some in here that he really enjoys. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end this video here. I will definitely come back and do a few more videos once he starts eating more finger foods and I make him like little banana pancake sticks and things like that. But for now, we're starting on purees because I am a little paranoid. Now, if my baby really just continues to show signs that he just does not like purees and it's past the month, then I think I will really look into baby-led weaning because he might just not like purees and might want to actually, you know, grab and eat. He has had strawberry in the little mesh pacifier thingamajiggies, and he seems to really enjoy it. So maybe it might just be a matter of him grabbing and eating versus purees. And I do put it on a plate for him to kind of play with and explore, but he doesn't like it. He doesn't want to get his hands all up in there. So we'll see. But anyway, this is everything for today's video. If you guys are still here, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you here. And if you guys are currently feeding your babies and starting off with purees, let me know in the comments down below if your baby even likes the purees, or did you find baby-led weaning to be what they prefer? I don't know. Or did you do a combination, which I think baby-led weaning and purees, it's called bliss. I'm not sure. But let me know in the comments down below. Hopefully I can learn a thing or two or get some tips from somebody out there that's going through the same thing that I am. And yeah, until the next video, guys. Bye, friends.